Here's the deal. You give me those 3 pizzas. Only I'll give you just $5 apiece.
Unfortunately for fast food lovers, the past few years haven't been too kind to many popular chains, with an uncomfortable amount of locations closing their doors. Well, it seems that 2025 will be delivering more of the same. So, what's at stake for your favorite franchise? McDonald's. The golden arches are dimming.
Hi there, may I take your order, please?
Yes, you may.
McDonald's is not only the biggest fast food chain of them all, it also transcends the world of fast food and has cemented itself in American pop culture. McDonald's also has one of the best track records when it comes to sales, consistently outselling every other major burger chain in the country. So to think that the burger powerhouse would ever be on the decline seems like an impossibility. However, even the mighty McDonald's seems to have seen better days, as the golden arches are beginning to dwindle. Rising food costs and shrinking profit margins are causing price hikes. This, of course, is alienating customers and forcing many to eat at home or look for cheaper alternatives. Of course, the rising prices are not the only reasons folks are choosing to stop ordering Big Macs and McNuggets. As customers become more aware of health-related issues, the urge to stay away from fast food, which includes McDonald's, is getting stronger. However, this hasn't stopped the chain from adding healthier items to the menu. Unfortunately, McDonald's healthy menu additions like salads and wraps have done little to bring in new and keep existing customers. Another issue plaguing the franchise is labor costs. Labor costs are increasing. For example, California's minimum wage in 2025 is $16 an hour. And then there's the automation experiments, such as AI drive-thrus, kiosks, etc., which are failing to improve efficiency. These problems have made the fast food landscape a shaky one, even for the biggest burger chain on the planet.
Forget about it, cuz.
Burger King, losing its throne.
It's a wonderful restaurant.
Burger King has been the second biggest burger franchise on the planet for years, with McDonald's being the only chain to outsell the king of burgers. The chain is responsible for some of the most iconic fast food burgers, like the Whopper, which actually predates the Big Mac. Anyway, the chain has been a powerhouse for years, but recently, Burger King has experienced less than stellar sales and massive customer drop-off, despite its You Rule campaign. Burger King's sales declined by 5.2% in 2024, impacted by high beef costs and weak marketing. Of course, it takes more than failed marketing and high beef costs to bring a powerhouse like Burger King down to the lows that it's currently experiencing, with another issue being product and ingredient quality. Rivals like Wendy's focus on fresher ingredients, leaving Burger King with its crown in its hand rather than on its head. It's likely because of these issues that up to 40% of franchisees are considering leaving due to rising costs and weak support. Sadly, with underperforming locations, the future of BK looks bleak. Subway, freshly struggling.
Sweet onion chicken teriyaki with jalapenos and banana peppers.
Subway's footlongs and 6-inch sandwiches have been keeping bellies full since the late 60s and have been successfully proving that burgers and fries, while great, are not the only fast food options. Subway's managed to hang alongside the big chains, offering a slightly healthier option. But those days seem to have come to an end, and the chain is beginning to struggle. The chain suffered a 3.8% drop in U.S. sales alone in 2024, despite a $9 billion rebranding effort.
Trying to be smarter, brother.
As a result, over 1,200 locations closed in the past 2 years as franchisees suffered from low profit margins. More than that, rising costs of deli meats and produce, plus legal battles over its tuna product, has damaged the franchise's reputation. To make matters worse, the chain is beginning to lose ground to competitors Jersey Mike's and Firehouse Subs. A cocktail of problems for the once mighty Subway have made 2025 look pretty gray. New to BabbleTop? Then how about hitting that subscribe button? It's quick, it's easy, and it's free. Thanks. Chipotle. Food with integrity, but failing profits.
I got you a beef and bean burrito.
Mexican food is one of the most popular foods on the planet. But back in the day, if you wanted a good helping of delicious Mexican food, you had two options: Taco Bell and, to a lesser extent, Del Taco. No offense, Del Taco. That was it. Fortunately, the Mexican food landscape changed drastically when Chipotle burst onto the scene. The franchise offered fresher, better quality ingredients and a larger, more diverse menu, which translated to major sales numbers. However, things have been changing over the past few years for the Mexican franchise. Operating expenses surged 5.7% in 2024, forcing a 7% price hike that hurt customer loyalty.
Would you like to hear the specials?
Not if you want to keep your spleen.
To make matters worse, labor shortages and high turnover make staffing a nightmare. If those issues were the only things plaguing the brand, it would be pretty bad. But unfortunately, the brand also refuses to fully integrate with third-party apps such as Uber Eats and DoorDash, leading to delivery inefficiencies. And if you can't change with the times, well, you'll be left behind. And there's the chain's tiny problem with food safety scares, as past scares still haunt the brand, with growth slowing to just 1.2% in 2024. KFC, fried chicken losing its crunch. Colonel Sanders and his 11 herbs and spices made KFC the top fried chicken brand for decades. And while the brand has inspired various competitors, for a time it seemed the numero uno chicken chain was to remain the king of fried poultry for years to come. Sadly, KFC has seen better days, as the past few years haven't been too kind to the king of fried chicken. A 14.5% increase in poultry prices beginning in 2023 and soaring labor costs as much as 8% forced aggressive price hikes, which no customer wants to hear ever.
I've been your biggest supporter since I was 2 years old.
And then there's the pressure from the various fried chicken competitors. KFC's foot traffic has gone down 12% year over year as rivals Chick-fil-A and Popeyes continue to take over the market. Adding insult to injury was KFC's plant-based chicken and new menu items flopping, which failed to attract new customers. Oh, but we're not finished yet, as KFC's parent company Yum Brands' costly store remodels are forcing franchisees to close instead of upgrading. The fried chicken giant has shrunk in recent years, and with the fast food landscape being what it is today, 2025 is shaping up to be a sad year for the former king of Southern fried chicken, Pizza Hut. From Kingpin to Afterthought, whether it's pasta, pizza, meatballs, sandwiches, gabagool, or tiramisu, Italian food is some of the most beloved foods in both North America and the world. The flavor and the variety are almost endless, and inevitably, Italian fast food franchises would pop up all over the country, with pizza being at the forefront. Practically everyone loves pizza, with the major pizza franchises to thank. Chains like Domino's, Papa John's, and Little Caesars have been the top players in the pizza business, serving up slice after slice of pizza goodness for all our pizza needs. However, when it comes to good old-fashioned American pizza comfort food, the crown would have to go to Pizza Hut.
$9.99. They've got to be losing money on this.
Ah, yes, Pizza Hut, the pinnacle of fast food pizza parlor Americana. Pizza Hut's brand of irresistible pan pizza and sides has been a nationwide go-to for years. Sadly, though, Pizza Hut's been on the decline for several years. U.S. sales dropped around 8.1% in 2024, while rivals Domino's and Papa John's surged ahead. Meanwhile, Pizza Hut's slow app and delivery systems have failed to compete with Domino's digital dominance. If that weren't bad enough, rising cheese prices, as much as 15% and beyond, hit profits hard, contributing to 800 stores closing their doors for good globally since 2020. Adding to the Pizza Hut misery, mandatory costly store remodels pushed more franchisees to shutter locations instead of remodeling their outlets. Taco Bell losing its spice. While Chipotle is all well and good, when it comes to fast food taco goodness, many tend to choose Taco Bell.
Taco Tuesday's the best.
Taco Bell, the place to get your cheap taco and assorted Mexican-themed treats, has been a staple in the fast food landscape and is a nice alternative to the burgers and chicken options that flood the market. Taco Bell was a breath of fresh air for those who had grown tired of the fast food options currently available and wished to bring a bit of zest to their palates. The chain has locations all over the planet and has been slowly diversifying their menu since it first opened its doors in 1962.
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
However, the chain has proven not to be immune to the various issues plaguing other fast food giants. Sales per location dropped 7% in 2024 as price hikes reduced affordability. Meanwhile, beef prices have surged 88.5%, making the chain's value menu unsustainable. Unfortunately, franchisees continue to struggle with expensive store remodels, digital kiosk failures, and bankruptcy filings. Not to mention, customer satisfaction plummeted to 67%, which is well below the fast food industry average of 75%. In other words, Taco Bell's future is seemingly a pretty dark one. Dairy Queen, melting under pressure. Fast food pairings are iconic. Burgers and fries, pizza and wings, and of course, ice cream and, well, anything else. The sweet and creamy frosty treat is a welcomed pairing to any fast food combo. And when it comes to ice cream, both in a combo or on its own, no one does it better than Dairy Queen. Her Royal Majesty's brand of soft serve, blizzards, and other creamy treats never fails to put smiles on the faces of its loyal customers. Well, unfortunately for DQ, the good old days are far from good in 2025. Inflation continues to drive up dairy prices by 12% and beyond, which has forced DQ menu prices up by 15% in the past 2 years. On top of that, overall sales fell to 7.9% in 2024, with 25% of its rural locations now operating at a loss. So depending on where you live, you may have to hold off on grabbing that blizzard to fight the heat. Also, competitors like Culver's and Freddy's are stealing away market share with fresh, innovative frozen offerings. With all these financial roadblocks in place and franchisees struggling with mandatory costly upgrades, it's not surprising that DQs around the country are closing their doors for good. Shake Shack. Premium burger bubble bursting. With all the massive burger chains out there, you might think there couldn't be any room left for another big burger player. However, Shake Shack managed to not only make its presence known in the overcrowded fast food world, but thrive. That is, of course, until recently. Unfortunately, the burger chain known for its quality burgers, along with pairing its food with beer and wine, has been underperforming due to numerous factors, and the trend seems to be looking the same in 2025. The average Shake Shack meal price in 2024 of $16.95 went up 12% from 2023. This price hike caused many diners to avoid heading over to Shake Shack and save their money.
You know how much I sacrifice?
As a result, foot traffic has dropped by 1.3%, and same-store sales fell 7.8%, which is a clear sign of trouble. The problems don't end there, as high urban rent and operational costs are crushing profitability, while digital expansion efforts, plagued with technical issues, are causing the chain to trail behind competitors like Five Guys and In-N-Out. It might be a good idea to grab a bite from Shake Shack before the shack shackles its doors for good.
This was delicious.
Starbucks, global giant on shaky ground. Grabbing a cup of coffee has become a ritual for most people nowadays. Since many of us are in too much of a rush to brew a pot ourselves, we rely on the chain coffee shops to supply us with that dose of coffee to kick off our day or keep our day running smoothly. For most, the destination is Starbucks without hesitation. The coffee chain has become synonymous with fast and delicious pick-me-ups, both hot and cold. Sadly, no amount of frappuccinos or secret menu butterbeer fraps can save the chain from its current financial woes. The chain's prices continue to be on the rise, with the average drink price now $6.35. This 15% increase in the past 2 years is pushing away cost-sensitive customers. This is inevitably causing foot traffic to fall as much as 11.2%, and same-store sales also dropped by 7.4% in 2024. On top of all this, the unionization of more than 350 stores is forcing higher wages, as much as $17 per hour minimum, which is great for employees, but is squeezing profit margins. Sadly, 500 more closures are expected in 2025 as international growth stalls. malls, especially in China. These issues are alarming, to put it mildly, and unfortunately, for Starbucks fans, depending on where you live, you may have to start brewing your own cafe lattes from here on out.
Of course I want a latte.
We're serving up great videos 24/7, so stay right here to keep on watching.